Good afternoon. Hamilton is a musical currently on Broadway at the Richard Rodgers Theater, scheduled to run through April 2058. It's the story of America's founding father, Alexander Hamilton, an immigrant from the West Indies who became George Washington's right-hand man during, you know this, right? Let's just cut to the chase. Please welcome to the stage the Broadway cast of Hamilton.
Y'all ready for more yet?
And if this isn't exciting enough, we're also joined by the Chicago cast of Hamilton via satellite.
Via satellite. We're via satellite. Very high tech.
Oh, there
They
they
look
are.
cold.
Me up, Scott.
Okay. Most of you probably already know exactly who's on stage, but I'd like everyone to introduce themselves on stage and to tell us who they play. And because Chicago has often been called the second city, they get to go first.
Yeah.
So,
Wonderful.
Hey guys, I'm Ari Afsar and I play Eliza.
okay, and interesting factoid, she was Miss California 2010. Next.
What's up, New York? It's Miguel. I play Alexander Hamilton. What's up, Mo?
Hey, Miguel. And Miguel was also Bat Boy, and he was in the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. Very good.
Hello, my name is Chris Lee, and I play Lafayette Jefferson.
And Chris just finished junior year at Belmont University. And Chris, are you getting course credit for being in the show?
We're trying to work that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. They say you're amazing. Yeah, no, I'm sure of it. He's in Hamilton for crying out loud. Okay. And Jose?
What's up, guys? I'm Jose. I play John Lawrence / Philip Hamilton. Hey, Ham fam.
And he has a great quote in his Playbill bio. He says, my father showed me how to conquer any city. I love that. All right, and now let's meet the cast of Hamilton, the next administration. Okay, why don't we start? Yep.
Hello, everybody. I am Michael Uwaye, and I play Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr.
And Michael is going to be playing Hamilton in the San Francisco production starting in March. Homework.
What's up, BroadwayCon? I'm Jordan Fisher. And I play John Lawrence and Philip Hamilton.
Oh, and Jordan has a distinction of having been in Teen Wolf, the Teen Beach movies, and The Secret Life of the American Teenager. And he's still only 13. It's pretty amazing. Exactly.
Yo, what's up? I'm Jay Quentin Johnson, and I play Hercules Mulligan and James Madison.
And is it
Sounds
true
very
that you're in
country.
Dirty Dancing in the forthcoming ABC production?
That is true, yes.
That's exciting. Okay.
Hey guys, I'm Brian Terrell Clark, and I play George Washington.
And Brian is the only actor I know of who has played both Marvin Gaye and George Washington.
Hi, everybody. My name's Taron Killam. I play King George III. Thank you.
And he was also the dentist in Little Shop of Horrors.
What up? My name is Brandon Victor Dixon, and I play Aaron Burr.
And he's been nominated for 2 Tonys.
And a Grammy. Go ahead, put it all out there. If we talk about it, let's talk about it.
You want to start at the end here? Seth or
Hey, I'm Seth Stewart. And I play Lafayette Jefferson.
original Broadway cast.
Hi, I'm Mandy Gonzalez. Thank you.
And she at the Jacob Javits Convention Center.
And I play Angelica Schuyler.
And we all remember her as Anina in The Heights.
Hey, what about me?
I'm a huge fan personally.
Well, I already said you're OBC, original Broadway cast. Everyone gets one factoid.
It's all right. It's all
Only
right.
one, Seth. Only
They
one.
all know. They all know.
Oh, hi. I'm Alicia Delorier. I play Mariah Reynolds and Peggy, of course.
Also original Broadway cast. Yep.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lexi Lawson, and I play Elizabeth Schuyler, Eliza Hamilton.
And oh yeah, and I had something. Yeah, right. Oh, and you were Vanessa in the first national of In the Heights. Yeah. Okay. I've seen Hamilton 4 times. Every panel needs a
the
villain.
shade.
I know. And I know it sounds cliched, but I saw this cast on Wednesday, and it really was like a whole new experience. And I want to ask Alicia and Seth, since you were in the original cast, how the experience has been for you with these new castmates. Has it made it much different? What have been your impressions so far?
Be careful. Be careful.
Seth.
Don't worry about me. I'm good. We've come so far from off-Broadway to the original cast. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I missed the original cast. But this is something completely different. I love you, Brandon. I love all of you. No, I'm just saying. How do I do this every time? I missed the original cast, but this is something completely different. This is something that cannot be matched. Do you know what I mean? And I'm in a different position. And so, you know, it's come so far, and it's only going to continue to grow. Just like Chicago, when they go to San Francisco and London, there's just going to be so many variations, and I think that that's what's beautiful about the show is somebody's going to do a role different than the person did before them, and you might like different things. And you know, somebody, David, who came before me, he did things that I can't, and I'm going to do things that not that he can't do, but I'm going to do them different. And I think that that's what's beautiful, is that everybody's going to bring something special to these roles in their own variation, and then that's just what you're going to get to continue to see.
It is very beautiful. I think that the gift about this show is that it attracts spirits that really can fill the work. And the original cast, of course, was incredible, and it was an amazing experience. But these lovely people also really enrich my experience personally, and I think they all bring their own very special part to the show.
Okay. I think that a lot of people, well, I'll speak for myself, think when you see a new cast, you think, oh, they probably all went into rehearsal together for 4 or 5 weeks, but it really doesn't work that way, right? And you all probably had different experiences rehearsing for this role. Would anyone care to share? Mandy, what was your...
Well, I was lucky because when I started rehearsal for this show, I actually got to rehearse with the Chicago company. And so I got to know that whole cast, and I got to rehearse with actual people. Sometimes when you're rehearsing and you're coming in as a replacement, you rehearse in a room by yourself. And
Right.
and when you come onto the stage, that's the first time where you go, oh, this person looks at me here, and this happens here. So it was a real gift for me to be with that Chicago company and to work on a turntable and to have that experience.
Well, right, because the original company didn't rehearse it from the beginning on a turntable,
no.
right?
Yes.
Okay. And Jordan, you were telling me before that, like, some of your rehearsal was in the air, basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the beautiful thing about the show and really just the construct is that it's a machine. It's a very well-oiled machine, and it's constantly growing, and the ebb and the flow is going to constantly change as we all do as a cast. And that also means that some people come in, like Quentin as well, who was working on a film. When he started his rehearsal process, I was still touring and playing shows. I'm a recording artist, so that's another part of my life. But we're equipped with the tools that we need to hopefully give you guys the show that you expect to see when you come to the Richard Rodgers Theater. And for me, that meant being in New York at a rehearsal studio by myself with with a dance captain and an associate music director, and learning, getting all of the tools that I need sharpened, so that when I get on an airplane, I have the show on my laptop, and I've got all my notes, and I've got my libretto, and I can do my homework, so that when I come and I get thrown on stage, and Anthony Ramos is not doing it any longer, I know what I'm doing, and that's that's the goal anyway.
And I'm wondering, what is the breakdown between excitement about being in Hamilton and the stress of, like, oh my gosh, it's Hamilton. Like, if you had to break it down percentage-wise, Taryn, how much of it was excitement, how much of it was, ooh, going into this show that's already become so legendary?
Today I'll finish my second week in the show in total.
Yeah.
And I quit. So I mean, the anxiety and nerves are still just subsiding. I think the show means a lot to a lot of people, and I include myself at the center of that group. So the pressure is on, and you feel a responsibility to deliver and connect to the material as a performer and as a fan with the 1,300 people that show up for every show. So I don't know that pressure and those nerves and that anxiety will ever go away in total, but I'm getting more confident, Mo.
Okay, good. All right, great. I'm here to reassure you. Chicago, are you there? Okay.
We in here.
All right, so Miguel, you did the show. Miguel, you did the show on Broadway, and now you're doing it in Chicago. How is the Chicago audience different, or is it?
I mean, from what I remember of the New York, I only got to do it 4 times, but it was the energy was you could feel it. You walk out on the stage and you can feel how crazy the energy is. It's exactly the same. I mean, these people, you can feel how much people want to see the show. You can feel how long they've been waiting for the show. So it just, it's the same. I mean, the draw of the show, how it moves people, how it makes the audiences, you can feel the energy. It's exactly the same as I remember from New York. It just happens to be in a different building. So it translates across the country. So Michael, get ready for San Francisco, right? Woo!
You have no idea.
And Chris, did you want to add something? I think I might have cut you off before. No?
Yeah, I want to add something. Oh, sure. It's pretty infectious. Like the minute that, well, right now, Wayne is doing it, but when Josh would walk out on stage and you hear, bum, 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 and you just like, everyone is so ready to be on the ride with you. It's not like we're really performing even for someone else. It's like everyone from the audience to the stage is on the same page, and we all know something incredible is about to happen, and everyone gets to be involved. And that's like probably the most fun part of it, is that you get to share that with 2,000 people, or in our 2,000 people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we get to work with Wayne Brady. How cool is that?
Yeah.
He's the best.
Okay, so we're in front of thousands of fans here. I want to ask.
Here.
Okay, excellent. Okay, and I want to ask both companies. Fan devotion for this show is so fervent. Are there any particular examples that have really struck you? I mean, everybody knows about all the big stars that have come backstage, but is there, a particular letter or a present that was sent from somebody, in Nebraska or something that's really struck you? Lexi.
One that struck me the most is a woman who wrote me. She actually wrote Eliza, and she's 97 years old. And she wrote me and said that Eliza is her inspiration and that they had a very similar journey. She lost her husband about 50 years ago, and she went on doing things in his honor and is still a widow. And it was the most touching letter that I've received from a fan who is still inspired by our show at 97 years old. And so that was most touching. That was one that really touched my heart, yeah.
Brian?
Yeah, just this last week, I'm with Taryn. I just joined the cast. And last week, I got an email from a gentleman who was very concerned about his daughter. She had been bullied in school for the last 3 years, and it was so much that she's on medication right now and going through a lot of therapy. And one of the things that she really wanted was to come and see Hamilton, and he didn't have the money. He took out a loan to get his wife and his daughter a ticket to the show. And I was just so moved by that moment. I had to make sure that they met the cast and came backstage. Yeah, the show is important to a lot of people.
Right. Any other examples, things that have struck you?
Yeah, I
Mandy?
think that we get some incredible fan art. And Renee started this ritual of hanging all the fan art in the Schuyler Sister hallway. So I've tried to continue that, and so whatever gets sent gets put up on the wall so we can see it every day. So you can really feel the love from the fans. But it's really just incredible art.
I gotta say, baked goods. Whatever is happening when you combine sugar, butter, flour, and the Hamilton soundtrack, whatever that is, give me that.
Anybody else here? And I want to.
Piggybacking off of that, Jessie Mueller actually sent us pies at one point in time. That was an actual thing she did out of the goodness of her heart. She sent us, guys, she's a unicorn.
I think it's connected to her show in some way, shape, or form, but she did send us pie.
But it was nice.
Yes.
And Chicago, any great Midwestern fans done something that really impressed you? Ari?
For me, I think one of the coolest things here in Chicago is that Hamilton has helped us individually develop our voices and our purpose and what we stand for. And Chicago wants to hear it. So they've been embracing it. So even just last week, the Schuyler sisters got to sing and perform with the cast at the Women's March. Yeah. And that was like, wow. I mean, it's something that I will remember for the rest of my life, and having all those fans out there seeing the signs for Women's March that are quoting Hamilton. How cool is that? Being a part of history, right. You know, living and doing work in history and then being a part of the future history. So that's what's really incredible is Chicago is really welcoming us to individually express ourselves.
Beautiful, that's really nice. It's become such a long-running joke how hard it is to get tickets for this show. Have you had any friends come out of the woodwork after decades?
Yes. I have people who I know who reintroduce themselves to me. Be like, hey, Brandon, you know, it's David from so-and-so. I was like, yeah, man, we did like a whole thing together. Like, I called you a month ago. What do you... It's like, it gets,
I think it gets formal. It's funny because the people who are actually like my close friends are actually more afraid to ask for tickets than people who I haven't spoken to in years.
I never do this.
I know this is like shameless, but like if I can get one house seat, I'm like, of course, girl, you can get a house seat. But like some people will just be like, I need 5 for tomorrow.
Lexi?
But the thing I don't think that people realize is that we too have a difficult time getting tickets as well. We have to go through a whole process as well of submitting ticket requests and hoping that they get approved and confirmed. So it's difficult for us as well.
That's very funny, Alicia, what you said, that it's a close friends who almost like they're sort of revealing some sort of fear or insecurity that you're going to think they became friends with you 15 years ago because they predicted this would happen.
Right, exactly.
And any good stories over in Chicago of people traveling long distances for this?
Yes, no, but more than the friends, I have absolute strangers hit me in my DMs, you know what I mean, in Twitter and Instagram, talking about, and try to guilt me. Like one lady, like 2 weeks ago, was like, hi, my daughter, it's her 16th birthday, and all she wants, you know what I mean, is to see Hamilton. She has X illness or something. I'm like, oh my God, like, I mean, I'm so sorry, but like, I don't even know you, you know what I mean? And I have like family members who haven't seen the show yet, and like, I think that's just, it's bizarre, but it's also just a testament to like, you know, the links that people will go just to see the show.
Wow, this is when you probably need to disable the direct messaging function of Twitter.
That's what I ended up doing that, you know what I mean? So
you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
So this show is fast becoming, I mean, a show that makes people fall in love with Broadway or make people fall back in love with Broadway. And I feel like every fan probably has the one show that they fell hard for early on. Mine was Cats, that I just became obsessed with it when I was 14, completely obsessed. So I just wanted to ask everyone here, if we can do a round robin here, what was the show that made you crazy, that just you were so in love with? Let's start with you, Lexi.
Rent.
Rent, okay.
Hey.
I saw the original cast of Aida when I was 13, and it changed my world.
And a lot of it has to do with that age, I think, by the way, 13. Yeah. It's like a puberty sort of thing, right? Adolescence, like you fall hard. Okay, go, yeah.
I would say the 2-disc album of West Side Story, listening to that as a kid.
For me, it was Cabaret.
Cool. Brandon?
Les Miserables.
Yeah, Les Mis for me too, because it goes through the cycle of life with you. I wanted to be Gavroche, and then I wanted to be Marius, and now I'm at Javert, and I'm sure I'll get to Valjean, you know, when I'm 50.
The Les Mis cycle, very funny.
Mine was also Rent.
Right.
In the Heights. It was in the Heights.
Jordan?
Once on this island for me.
Cool.
Weren't you listening to that in the
Michael?
dressing room the other day?
What'd you say?
Weren't you listening to that in the dressing room the other day?
Belting Prey. Thank you. Belting Prey. Once on this island. Oh, girl. Aarons and Flaherty?
Flaherty and
Ragtime.
Aaron's, but
Ragtime.
Ragtime. And Chicago, what about you guys? Ari?
Mine's really cheesy. Mine was Annie, because when I was 10, I got to play Annie, and I was a brown Annie, and so I
Yes, girl.
loved it.
I saw the that PBS Into the Woods with Bernadette Peters. Oh, man. All I wanted to do was be Jack. But I still think I could do it. I'm in there. I'm still in there. Right?
I bet you could.
Let's do it again.
Mine is In the Heights by far.
The Heights. What's up?
I want to. So this show, I'm going to make an assumption here, but it seems that this show is not an escapist show. People love it, but even though it depicts the past,
Music?
this is the
you
intro.
play
For
it
my,
off?
I'm going to sing this next
this
question.
show is not an escapist show.
Very good. So even though it depicts the past, when you're in the audience, the present is so top of mind. Is it like that for you guys when you're performing it? Can you feel it change week to week depending on what's going on in the world?
Yes.
Brian, why don't you take that first?
Absolutely. My first show a couple Tuesdays back, I was literally singing One Last Time while Barack Obama was giving his final address in Chicago. And it's an experience that I won't forget for a couple reasons. One, it's a powerful gift as an artist to be working on work that allows you to get the stuff out. And all of you artists out there, you know what I mean. When your life meets your art, and it's a serendipitous moment. The other reason why I won't forget it is because it was terrifying. I don't have that good, pretty Denzel Washington one tier,
No, sir, you do
Audra
not.
McDonald
You do not. No,
clear
sir, you do
vocal.
not.
I can't cry pretty and have this clear tone. So I'm walking down to right before we get to what I call the gospel ending, and my hands start shaking. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, the hope, view them with indulgence. And I'm trying to get through the letter. By the time we got to the end, I was just trying to power through. So it was a powerful, scary, magical moment.
You had that Viola Davis face.
I got that Viola Davis cry.
But you want to talk
And then I
about
gotta lean
Snot
into the
running
gospel a
down
little bit more.
all your snot coming out your
Yes,
ears.
snot and crying. And I'm trying to make sure my riffs are clean.
Also, people usually get pretty excited about Skylar Sisters, but on Saturday, I know Mandy and I both went to the Women's March, and there was this palpable feeling in the air all over the city. But after Mandy finished her verse about including women in the sequel, it just erupted in a way that it never has before. And it's kind of carried through since that day. People are still pretty excited about it. So.
Very.
And Mandy, you had that same feeling on stage? Or?
Yes, it's incredible to be part of something at this time that's moving history, and it really is a healing experience for us as well as for the audience, and we all take a responsibility for that, and it's incredible. It's incredible to be a part of every night, and matinee too.
Right. And Seth, since you've been with the show for a while now, do you feel the audience, and how do you experience them? Does week to week, the things they're responding to, do they change? Or?
It definitely changes. I mean, the first year, it was like a rock concert. Lin got his Michael Jackson moment where he felt like he could take off his sunglasses. So even for us, we kind of felt like we were Michael Jackson's crew. But now that they have gone, the audience knows the music more, and so they're there in anticipation. And so they'll get really excited, and then they get really, really quiet, even though they know the music, because now it's like, I've been learning this thing for so long, now I actually get to see it. So there's an openness to intake it. And And it definitely, you know, when a lot of these political events have happened, our audience have changes, our performance have changed. We've had to calm each other down at certain moments.
When?
Just during certain times as the past few months have developed. And but it's great to be able to have
Stay
a
together.
voice to, you know, life imitates art. And go, Miguel. Yes, Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel, take it.
So here's my experience with the last like 2 months. How long has it been since the election, right? So we understand that some of the lines that we say and some of the things that we say have a meaning within the show. You know, Alexander Hamilton said this about what was happening at the time. As a person living in this country right now, it's very hard sometimes that I've found to differentiate what Alexander Hamilton is feeling and what Miguel is feeling. For instance, on November 9th, it was a Wednesday, that's right, so that date, November 9th, 2 o'clock matinee, I started speaking at the end of Yorktown, right? And I've already said it lots and lots of times. And I started talking about, you know, tens of thousands of people flood the streets and there are screams and church bells ringing. And this emotion erupted out of me that I couldn't explain. I didn't anticipate it. I didn't understand. I mean, I understood, but I didn't know that that was going to happen. You know, and that was not Alexander Hamilton. That was Miguel. That was Miguel coming through, you know, full force. Same thing with Quiet Uptown. In that same show, I didn't feel the same emotions that Quiet Uptown usually has. But then when I started the soliloquy at the end, I couldn't do it. I couldn't make it through. It was this emotional thing that I think that the audience is with us in those emotional times, as just because we're people. We're all people going through these crazy things. And so this show has this way of getting into your soul with the words and what we're saying to allow these emotional things to come out. And, you know, people said to me after that show, they could feel it. They understood that this was something beyond an emotional delivery of the final soliloquy of the musical. It sort of had this extra layer, and people understood. And I got messages that said, you know, they were there with us. And that's my own personal feelings. Has nothing to do with you know all the other stuff, that the noise that comes around it. But the people were there. We all felt the same sort of general idea together. And that's what the show does. It reaches in and grabs emotions. That a line that means something yesterday means something completely different today.
Absolutely.
Depending on what happens in the world.
And just like Miguel's saying, and just like, you know, when the Schuyler Sisters wanting to see women in the sequel, you know, when I get a chance to say immigrants, we get the job done, it's just, I have to be careful to make sure I stay the character and not myself. And so that can be the challenge, because rage or anger or even happiness that I may feel, I have to check myself and say, I'm doing my job first. I'm telling the story first, not putting myself behind it, even though I want to. And that sometimes can be the challenge. So what a perfect time for this show to exist.
The genius of this show is that it is very, very present, and it represents not only things that are happening inside of this country, but happens all over the world, of people that are attempting to establish themselves and establish their voice, to have a world or a country that represents all of the people that are existing there. And that presence, that sense of being present is going to translate for well after the show is finished, which is not anytime soon.
2056.
2056? 2058. But, you know, at the very least, I imagine, this is more than at the very least, that, you know, actors that are in shows for long runs are often asked, how do you keep it fresh? It sounds like for reasons beyond any of our control, you're keeping, it's constantly fresh.
And I think also with that, what also helps to keep it fresh is that it's, I mean, as we're here as the second administration, the new administration and everything, when we do the show, it's a different set of people every night. And so you have to be open and available to whoever you're acting with on stage. You have to be able to have your trust open for whoever you're working with, because tonight I might be doing the show with Lexi, and then in the next day I might not be on, and she might be doing it with Javon or Javi or just somebody else. And it's like everybody switches. There's multiple people that play multiple roles. And so that also helps keep it fresh. You can't ever be stale with this.
Right. And we mentioned the Schuyler sisters in the sequel line, and then immigrants, we get the job done. Are there other lines that at particular moments have just really landed with the audience?
I'm not throwing away my shot.
Right.
Young, scrappy, and hungry. I mean, you could go down the list.
Keep ranting. We know who's really doing the planting.
Hey.
And you've seen that, like on certain nights, that really people, you have to stop for applause?
Yeah, you get them, and also there are certain nights when I recognize when they don't. And I say,
Yes, he does. And we talk about it on stage.
Taryn last night
I
actually
heard you earlier.
Taryn shared a beautiful moment last night.
Yeah, I mean, Rory talked about when he was playing King George after election night that the second song, Do You Know How Hard It Is to Lead? And that was affecting the audience in strong ways. Now I find it's the third song and the line, are they going to keep replacing whoever's in charge? If so, who's next? That gets like pretty jittery reactions from the audience. Because I don't think that they like who's next right now.
You know, and I think that's the beauty and the power of the show is that it's cultural relevance, it's political relevance, it's spiritual, it's emotional relevance. The forethought that went into the show is history itself. And we get to do that every day. And the beautiful thing is that the next administration and the one after that and the one after that gets the privilege of telling the story that we all know so well will get to have a new moment or a moment that was lived at one point that is super relevant and super poignant. And that's something that definitely keeps it fresh for me, and I think I could speak for everybody else in that same way.
And Lin-Manuel, when he wrote this show and the team put it together, I mean, it's really a show of love, and it's a masterpiece. And to be a part, when I first opened the book and to see the score, I've never seen anything like that. I mean, he just created this piece that we get to do, that I feel lucky to do every night. And there's so many nuances that are him, and it just is his love for music, and all of it is infused in this score. And it's incredible to be a part of.
Chicago, are there any moments or lines that in the past few weeks have just really seemed to land with people that maybe even surprised you?
Really the same ones. I mean, like, the immigrants line is like crazy. Like, you don't even, like, you might as well, they're cheering until we get to the I'm not throwing away my shot part. Like, that is, you know, the women in the sequel, I mean, they're going crazy. It's all about, you know, it's pretty much the same thing, you know? But I think often, like, I found myself actually having kind of a harder time when I'm doing Jefferson. I'm kind of like having a similar kind of thing where Miguel, like, he's feeling like Miguel is coming through in, you know, the emotional Hamilton parts, where I'm like kind of personally disagreeing with a lot that Thomas Jefferson has to like stand for. And so the challenge there is to, you know, definitely tell the story, you know, and give the opposing, you know, position and the opposing ideals, so that, you know, I guess good can reign over evil. But that, like, especially in this political climate, you know, like, you know, it's been very, I've had to definitely check in with myself and make sure that I'm always telling the truth and I'm not giving anything away, because that can be very difficult.
Yeah, I think as an actor, I'm slowly realizing doing shows 8 times a week that I need to put less, that I'm learning to put less Ari and more Eliza. Especially, it's an emotional roller coaster, the show. Right. So I think that with what's going on in the world and just the show in itself, like, that has been a really big learning skill for me, is putting a little bit less of Ari in.
This is for the old timers on the panel. I won't say who is, but did you ever imagine that a Broadway show would be so central a part of the national conversation, and that, like, the center of gravity? I mean, for true Broadway fans, you loved it whether or not national news was talking about Broadway. But I mean, this was a show that was cited in Hillary Clinton's nomination speech. I mean, over and over again, it's found itself in the center. I mean,
Maybe people are just catching up.
I mean,
to what we knew, you know?
I think there are certain. I mean, obviously, you know, there have always been certain shows that have caught the mainstream social activism, things like Rent and things like that. But to really be in all of the mainstream conversations throughout, I think, you know, the advent of social media has made our ability to communicate and share what means the most to us with one another that much easier. And so the information and the impact and the dynamic way in which the show affects people, you're able to share that more rapidly with more people. And so, you know, more quickly people are able to understand how the show reflects upon their life and everything that they're dealing with wherever they are in the world. And I think it's been a wonderful tool for this show. And I think the way that Lin and the team really set out to specifically use social media to get the message and the energy of the show out there was really intelligent of them and has created what we see now, which is an extraordinarily unique thing that the show's managed to do.
I think it's hip hop. To be completely honest with you, hip hop is the language of the world, and I definitely think it's social media. But without hip hop, I don't think this would be the same show.
Oh, it wouldn't.
Without Lin knowing theater and really knowing hip hop, Lin really knows hip hop. And for those of us that love hip hop, it has changed the world. And that's why I personally think that, obviously I got passionate about it, that's why I think it is transcended every demographic of race, age, gender. Everybody loves it because this is our language. We know beats, we know rhythms, we know these rhythms. And for people that don't, they have to catch on. There's a fire that's been burning here, and that hip hop has been burning, and a lot of people have slowly caught on, and he's just integrated in a way that has never been done before. That's why, who said it? Oscar Eustace said, he is like the Shakespeare of our time. That's a true statement. He's speaking our language to us.
And I want Jay Quentin to get in here. Did you have something to say?
Oh yeah, I've this whole time I've been sitting here looking at Lin's parents, who are right here in the front row.
Oh, great. Excellent. Where are they? Hi there.
And it's just like,
I think we go to the same dentist, but we'll talk about that later.
Because hip hop is so crucial in this show, but this show does not work if you don't also know musical theater. If you are not listening to those cast albums because you can't go see a show and you're 9, 10-year-old Lin-Manuel just listening to cast albums because that's what is provided to you by the way that you grow up and the values of your parents. So I mean, like you're talking about where you are, where you started, like I'm sorry, I've been looking at you guys this whole time and like knowing that without both of you instilling the values in the Lin-Manuel, that none of this
Very nice.
happens.
I wonder, I wish we could get a shot of you. Everybody here knows what you look like, but it would be nice to get a shot of you.
Please
stand up.
stand up.
There they
Yeah!
are. Fantastic, yeah, absolutely. We're coming to the close here. I wanted to ask, I mean, when you're in any kind of Broadway show, I mean, it's a pretty tough schedule. And so you have to be, there are other shows you want to see, and it's not always easy to get the time to see them. So let's start with Chicago. What are shows, and maybe they're coming to Chicago, or when you're back in New York, shows that you really want to see, that you've heard good things about? Ari, do you want to start with you?
Well, I already saw it, so I don't know if this counts. But Dear Evan Hansen is man. And it's so, like, it was so crazy. I was in the audience before anything even happened, and Lack was behind me before we even started rehearsals, and I had no idea that he was part of the orchestration. I mean, it touches, I think what's so beautiful is, like, hopefully Hamilton is the start of, like, touching on topics that are going on in the world that we don't talk about. And that's what art is all about. We need to project this world to change the world.
Okay. And Miguel, you agree with that?
That was it. Evan Hansen, Lack was in town a couple days ago, and I said, hey, man, I want to see that thing. He said, yeah, good luck. There's no tickets available. So I think that means it's going well.
Yeah, retweet.
Wait, what's that? Okay.
Retweet that.
I said retweet.
A retweet. Very good. Okay. And Jose?
Same thing, man. Dear Evan, I want to see it so bad, man.
What about you guys, Lexi?
Michael Grafe was my first director of Rent, and I really want to see Dear Evan Hansen. So if anybody knows how to get a ticket, please let me know.
You could barter with Hamilton tickets.
I think
You could
so.
You can't get them.
Alicia? Okay, she's going to take a pass right now.
I'll take your minute. I was really lucky. The other night I saw Jitney at MTC. Woo! And I was just blown away by that entire cast and ensemble. I would really love to see that again, just to have that experience again. And I encourage everybody to go see it. It was really just mind-blowing.
Seth?
I'm not really sure what show I want to see. Having a day off is beautiful. So my couch is the show I want to see.
Yeah, what do you do on your day off?
Rest,
Yeah.
grocery shopping, get fixed, massage, and my couch.
Brandon, what about you?
I second that. I do want to go see Jitney again because it was amazing. And I also want to see, I worship Michael Greif, so I want to see Dear Evan Hansen. And also Great Comet. Great Comet looks lovely too.
My wife is making her Broadway debut.
Hey, let's go.
A month in Present Laughter with Kevin Kline. So I'm very excited to go see that.
Great.
Definitely Dear Evan Hansen, definitely Jitney, which I saw and I want to see again. But there's a show coming back to Broadway soon that I want to see. Miss Saigon is on its way back.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to check it out.
I want to see that.
Also saw Jitney, was an amazing play. The first musical I ever saw was Phantom, and I just want to see Phantom on Broadway so bad.
Yeah.
Guys, Bette Midler's coming back to Broadway. I'm freaking out. So that's right around the corner. Got to see Hello Dolly. Also, for whatever reason, Dear Evan Hansen has a 7:30 show tonight, and I got tickets.
Can't you let your mother come with you?
I'm gonna go cry my eyes out tonight.
Michael?
Sorry, Lexi.
Everybody said it. I got to see Dear Evan Hansen off Broadway, and I saw it a couple weeks ago, and I freaking love it. I will go see it again before I leave if I can. But next on my list is Jitney.
Okay. And I want to see the revival of Once on This Island starring Jordan. So,
Dude.
we have a couple minutes if you want to do a number from it, but
I don't think we got that much time.
Let's go, Jordan.
I don't think we got that much time.
We have a show to do. We gotta stay warm.
Javier Munoz was unable, sends his regrets, unable to be here. He's still recovering from, I guess he hurt his back. But Mandy, you have an announcement that he was going to make and that I'm sure fans will be thrilled to hear about.
I do. Starting this Tuesday, the lottery online will go from 20 tickets to 46 tickets at $10 a piece, starting this Tuesday.
Excellent. And I think we have time for one or two questions. If there's anybody with a question that wants to shout it out.
Satisfied.
She wants to know.
Screamed and cried.
Anybody have a I'm sure it was excitement, but being cast, a reaction to being cast. I mean, dropping the phone, freaking out. What?
Someone thought I got murdered.
What's that?
Someone thought I got murdered. Definitely. I was screaming for my life.
You were screaming.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was very loud.
I found out right before my last catering job. So I found out as I was putting on my tuxedo, and I was like, this is weird, as I'm serving you people.
My mom's reaction was the best because my mom loves theater and this has been a dream of hers for a long time. So I was just standing in the kitchen with her and she was standing here and I said, some exciting news. I'm going to be joining the cast of Hamilton on Broadway. And she went,
Walking behind. Oh.
and then left the room.
Mine was really unique too, because I got the call to ask if I would come do it when I was in another show, and I was like, so I got it, and I was like, what does this mean? And then my show closed the next day, and I was like, oh, you all knew something that I didn't know. I was like, no, I'm in a show. I'm in a show.
Oh, what is that?
It was a very quiet moment for me. I was actually
sort of in a down place. I was in the middle of a breakup, and I really needed some good news. And my agent called me, and I just started crying.
And what did the ex say when he found out?
Who cares?
Said go get him. He was very supportive.
Okay.
Oh.
And Chicago, what were your reactions?
Yes, I was in the Walmart and I was buying some cocoa butter, and I got the phone call, and I literally dropped my phone, dropped the cocoa butter, and it like opened and stuff, and I went up to this older lady, and I shook her and was like, oh my gosh, I'm in Hamilton. And she was like, ah, and I'm running around the Walmart. I'm running around the Walmart, and the lady ended up buying the cocoa butter for me. She bought it for me. So
because if you're gonna be in Hamilton, you can't be ashy. You can't be dry.
You got to get them tickets.
My reaction is not actually my reaction. It was actually my wife's. I called her. I said, hey, we're going to move to Chicago. I got the job. And she said, let me call you right back. And she called her job, and she said, hey, y'all, I quit.
Well,
on
that note, thank you so much, Chicago cast of Hamilton and Broadway cast of Next Administration. And thank you, fans.
Right. Attention, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Hamilton a big round of applause one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be no signing, no pictures, no autographs from the Hamilton crew at this time. Sorry, they got to get going on to their next event.